Yeah, what was I don't know. What did you see on that play at the end?
To be honest, I didn't I didn't see very much.
Definitely. I want to play. I want to start at the top.
It was hard to watch, even just the little that I saw. But I hope he's okay, and I think we've gotten word that he is okay, and really happy about that. And you know, those moments like that today just remind you how precious this game is. I think there's been a couple moments this week, to be honest, between Diogo Jota and Musiala, and then today. Sorry, I really hope he's okay, and I know he's going to. He's a fighter. He's done so much for this club and so much for us. So hopefully a couple of us are going to try and go visit him this evening. But yeah, not a lot to say there.
Brian mentioned that Wilfred Nancy took it upon himself to tell the ref that the game should just be ended.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were around when that happened.
Yeah, I saw that take place because I was on the bench at that point, and a lot of respect for them for doing that, and you can tell they're a classy club. I actually talked to Wilfred after and said thank you for doing that, because the referees were trying to say it was a corner kick, and I don't think anybody could have played after that. So yeah, credit to Wilfred and Columbus for that.
Can you kind of describe that conversation? I mean, was it a back and forth with the ref?
I didn't get a whole lot of that. I just I saw a little bit of chatter going between Brian and Wilfred, and then the ref came over, and I think Columbus ultimately had to agree to it, and they did. So yeah, thank you again to them.
What do you want to say, I guess, about the actual game? I mean, it seemed like you made a gesture to JP after scoring.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about the game after how it ended,
yeah.
But kind of doesn't seem to matter, But I would say I thought they had the better of us in the first half. I thought we were under it for a good period. I thought that we started the game really well. We had some early chances. We were direct when we needed to be, and then we had a spell of 15-20 minutes where we were giving the ball away right after we won it back, and that was difficult. And they had us under for a bit. The goal they scored was a great goal. All the way it started from the back. They broke us through the middle. But credit to us for finding a way back into it, and Kalani made a great play on that goal that we got. But yeah, I'll also say personally that I've got to take it on my shoulders a little bit to get that second one. I think 9 times out of 10 I find a way to put that in the back of the net too, and I haven't watched that back yet, but I really feel like I should have put that one away, and that's a growth moment for me. But I think it was a good game. I think for the neutral spectator, it was a bit of a chess match, and our styles are similar, but they're a little bit different too. And I thought people were able to see that today. But yeah, I think given how it went, I think a tie is probably a fair result. I think they had some good moments, and so did we. But as I said before, I don't care as much about the game, but that Steph's going to be okay and going to recover quickly.
Moments
Couple
like
more
this,
for Paul, guys.
just how important is it to take a look at your support circle, whether it's the team or even your friends and your family. Moments like this that you realize there's bigger things in football.
Yeah, I think it's really important. I was reflecting on some of that before the game today, actually, because Jota's a favorite player of mine. He's a guy who I watch a lot before games. I think him and I have some similarities, and I often watch him, 2 or 3 hours before a game, watch some of his highlights, and that hit hard for me this week. And then, seeing Musiala's injury in the Club World Cup, things can change so fast. And Steph's our leader. He's our guy. So to see that on the field and to just be standing there as he's taken off the field in an ambulance, that was hard. was hard.
Last one.
You seem to have a pretty good relationship with Kalani. He was having a pretty nice game up until the end. Schmetzer didn't think was a fair call that sent him off. I don't know, do you say anything to, what do you say to a player like that, especially on a day like this? Do you even say anything at all?
I didn't say anything at all. I think Kalani's a smart guy. He's a good friend of mine, and I thought he had a really good game up to that point. Super dynamic on the right side for us, and learning moment, potentially, but stuff happens sometimes, and credit to the Columbus guy for kind of making the most of it, and I agree with Schmetz. I thought it was pretty soft second yellow, but I didn't have much to say to him after this, and I think he knows in those moments that those are tricky moments to get right. I thought his first yellow was a smart yellow, but